Hey guys, Rhett here. What's going on? At a client's property that is going to be a Section 8 rental unit. A little bit different from a lot of the numbers I usually put on the channel. This client has this property under contract for $99,000. It's going to need dependent, now this number is a little bit different, but it's going to need either about $1,500 in work or about $6,000 in work. And it's all gonna depend on what we end up doing on the inside. So this house right here was a flip. Now we didn't do this flip, this is from a flipper. The problem is, and we see it all the time guys on the channel, and I show you this all the time, we are at a little bit of a slum flipper's discretion here, and I'll show you why. They did a good job with the majority of the home, but there are some aspects that are just so bad that we just can't overlook. Overall, the house is in really good shape. It's a 3-bedroom home. Will bring probably about $1,200 a month in guaranteed rent. But come on in, we'll show you, and you'll see what the issues are. So entering this first room here, guys, everything looks great, all brand new. Everything in here is brand new. Brand new walls, brand new windows, everything looks really, really good. The ceiling fan, you guys know my deep inner hatred towards ceiling fans, but whatever. Everything in here is good. The problem, which is such a significant issue, the flooring in here has to be the worst laid vinyl flooring I have been on in years. It is a mountain like this. It's soft. I wish there was a way for me to show you how bad it is. And if you came over here, can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
So the whole floor, literally trampolines. Every step you take throughout the entire house. Now, it shouldn't do that, okay? It shouldn't do that. And it's the worst thing you can do when you do a house like this and you feel like you're on a hike. I need a walking stick to walk through this house. And it gets worse and worse and worse. So when you put flooring in like this, guys, you don't snap it correctly and you don't lay it correctly. This is what happens. Every room, there are hard areas, there's soft areas. I'm stepping and I have pieces going into my arch of my foot. This room right here is a bedroom, right? I guess you put the bed under, this is really your only option. It's too small to put a bed there. You can't put a bed up against any of these walls here. And this doesn't have a closet door, so this room in itself would fail Section 8 inspection. But it's more so the lack of attention to detail. Now, the big items have been completed. The kitchen looks great. All the light fixtures, all the cosmetic, the drywall, the sheetrock, new electricals, new panel, new HVAC system, new thermostats. That stuff's good. But if you're gonna spend money, why don't you just finish it? I'll never get it. Guys, up here, I don't know if you can see this. I wish I could roll my flashlight.
Yeah.
And what I'd like you guys to keep in mind is my flashlight has a clip. So you need some serious momentum to have it roll, because every time it rolls, it's gonna stop on the clip. Think about that. I didn't throw it down there. It is so unbelievably arched up. What also drives me nuts about this stuff is it's not hard to fix. So when you're building the floor, and you're building, it's actually worse in the closet. You could ski down, you got a double black diamond there in the closet, which is gonna be hard for you to tell on film, but the whole side of this house is just, we're in a big bowl. It's not hard to fix that stuff. You can build up. When you take a house down to the studs, which is what they did, and you're doing all new cosmetic work, and you're doing new drywall, and you're sanding it, and you're mudding it, and you're finishing it, and you're painting it, and you're putting new doors in, you're putting new windows in, you're putting new electrical outlets in, you're running new ducts and new vents. You're putting a new floor in. And you have the quarter round that you're putting on the floor. I mean, you're going the extra step to do a lot of the detail work, but all you gotta do is just build the subfloor up a little bit. So when you put the plank flooring down, it's level. And it's not that hard, and it just drives me crazy because it's just a lack of effort and it's laziness that does that. And now I call my client who has this under contract for $99,000 and I say, we're not buying it for $99,000. And if you're the seller of this house, it's not that hard to correct these things. So it just costs you money and it just doesn't make sense. Plus expecting somebody to live here is shameful. Spending all this money and still having it not work great. Guys, bathroom is in great shape. The bathroom looks really good. The bedrooms look good. And don't let me take away from the fact that this house is great. My problem is more so like right here. This is so bad. I mean, it's so bad. If you guys see, I mean, as I'm pressing, there's a separation here between the planks. That should never happen. I mean, every single time it's separating, because it's such a, there's so much trampoline effect underneath it. And like I said, don't let it take away from the fact that this house is nice, but we want somebody to move in here. And as owners, us taking over this unit, we want it to be the best of our ability. When you buy something that is flipped like this and should be turnkey, and then if my client has to come in here and put all new floors in, which is what I would tell him to do, you know, you're talking about thousands of dollars for that, on top of all the small things that Section 8 requires. Railings off the back, closets, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, making sure that outlets are GFI where they need to be, making sure that we have our closet doors, making sure that we have all of the stoppers in the sinks and all the right drains and all the right things that Section 8 will have us do. I have no problem buying houses like this and just getting them ready for Section 8 with doing that small stuff, but buying a house like this and having to re-update the whole floor doesn't make sense. Now, you have a house like this, you know, you put all new cabinets in, great, everything looks good. New dishwasher, we'll sell this thing, because absolutely not. Everything in here looks good, okay? All new, great. New countertops, we've got our GFIs, we have everything, but again, we have such bad sloping. Everything is just built up the wrong way. And it's too bad because the layout here is really good right up the kitchen. We have our washer dryer hookups, all brand new. We have a brand new water heater. It looks really good. Everything's new, all new windows. So overall, I love the house, but it just makes me sad when the small things aren't done the right way. Like this. Look here. We do this house, and if you guys can see, if there wasn't a better way to show you the slope, look at this. So the wall starts, or the floor starts here, right? The cabinets we know the cabinets right here are flat, straight. They had to put 2 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood underneath the front part of this cabinet to hold it up, okay? Because that's the discrepancy. We're talking about maybe 2.5 inches there, definitely 2 inches, where there is a significant drop off. And with that being said, I don't know how far it goes. Now they put this piece of junk right here to try and block it so we can't see it. But you can see right there that it's significantly sloped and it goes the entire way. So I like this, and we might buy this. And I called my client earlier and was walking him through, telling him a little bit about what's going on. And we were discussing what our options would be, going back and countering lower, saying forget it, buying it, and doing our own flooring and taking care of our own things that are janky. But the reason I really want to do a video here, guys, was I wanted to show you so you guys can see when you look at the pictures of this house and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, what an amazing house. And I don't care what market you're buying in. I don't care if you're buying for cash tenants, Section 8 tenants, whatever it is. The pictures are not always what it seems. And you might have a realtor walk in here, you might have somebody in here that might not be a team member of yours who walks through the whole unit and says, you know what? This is beautiful, I love it. But they don't know what to look for, and they don't care that the floor is like this. But guess what? You're not gonna rent this, because a tenant's gonna walk in here and say, I don't want my 4-year-old or my 3-year-old tripping all over the house every time they step in a hole, or every time it's uneven or unbalanced. I don't want them getting hurt. So, and trust me, with some of the hills in here, we might not, as big men, think that it's a problem, but for young kids who are just learning stability, it's a huge problem. So guys, overall, I like the house. I'm disappointed with some aspects of it. We're gonna see if we can work through it. Leave me questions, comments below, and we'll see you next time.